Welcome back to India Business Report. I'm Karishma Vaswani in Mumbai. Well, there's been much talk here about how India bounces back after each attack. Foreign investors are only becoming too aware of the fact that bomb blasts are now a routine occurrence in India. The past year has seen blasts taking place across the country, from Delhi to Bangalore. And although the booming economy still offers many opportunities for companies, the security risks can no longer be dismissed. So will overseas investors turn their back on the country until it's seen as a safer place to do business? A question Nigel Cassidy put to Bundeep Singh Rangar, head of the London-based consultancy IndusView.
Nigel, I think that the foreign investors will take a wait-and-see approach. I don't think they'll completely turn their back, because India is too big an economy to ignore. It's a $1.2 trillion economy. It's 1.2 billion people, and it's the second fastest growing economy in the world. You just simply cannot stay away. You'll be cautious, but you won't turn your back.
Now, while Mumbai's had its attacks before, these were very directly targeted, weren't they, at Western inward investors, at smart hotels and restaurants and gathering places, and people are going to be scared about going, aren't they?
Safety is in everybody's mind, and if you stayed in a hotel, a five-star hotel in Mumbai or Delhi for that matter, you always check before you go in the hotel. Most five-star hotels have metal detectors, sniffing dogs, X-ray machines, almost like an airport security entrance when you go in there. I think the big change now will be, can they increase that security level? Can they provide armed guards? And to some extent, can private companies take their own alternative security measures? Can they hire their own security guards so that they're not always dependent on what the government provides for them, but they've got an additional layer of protection?
Well, yes, you talk there about improving the security in the hotels, but I mean, it's the overall approach to security, and people saying the government hasn't been quick enough to deal with that. The question is, will security actually be improved?
You're absolutely right. In the past year, we've had so many attacks in India, be it Delhi, Mumbai, Jaipur, Assam, and just 2 years ago in Mumbai when nearly 200 people died in train attacks. So I think there's some sense of urgency in the government, and you've seen a lot of changes both at the cabinet level, at the chief minister level, to really give a signal to the world that India is serious about its security. Having said that, I don't believe that anyone, companies, individuals, should always rely on the government for anything per se, and certainly not their own security. So be protected, take an additional cover, but don't back away, I think is what the message India is sending out to the rest of the world.
Aren't there risks in themselves if the fast-rising population, the people who've come to Mumbai with ambition, are not engaged because the economy goes down? That in itself could be dangerous, couldn't it?
I don't think India has the same kind of problem that China has, where it has to create a minimum number of jobs each year or else risk a potential uprising or revolution. India is still growing the last quarter 7.6%. Yes, it's down from the 9% plus that it had a year before, but all projections are over the next 2 years it'll grow at between 7 and 8%. Which quite frankly is enough to keep the company's growth going, the employment rates in check, and not create any serious political discord. I think the danger now is more around security, around regional security. The tension with Pakistan in the wake of these attacks has gone very high. And I think that's going to be, in addition to the economy, the key election issue when we go to elections next year.